something something gravel pit. I should never become a meteorologist. Hello, people of the interwebs. Today I'm going to continue working on restoring my Graham's 1994 Ford Ranger 4x4. If you're new and you want to get caught up above my head is a link to a classic recipe on ferret flavored popsicles. Where I last left off, I had just pulled the engine on the truck so I can go over, re-gasket it, and make it look new again, because this is not acceptable. Most of this stuff I'm gonna replace, like the radiator, that's gonna get replaced. I bought some headers for this thing, so these are gonna go in the trash. Oh, it's getting everywhere. This stuff's so nasty. Basically, I might as well just splooge this stuff over every single bolt on the engine, because the whole thing is just a ball of rust. Especially dissimilar metal areas like this big aluminum housing. All up in there. Oh, some brackets up here. And here. The one thing that's definitely gonna be nicer on a New Hampshire truck than a New Mexico parts truck is the wiring harness. Yeah. See? That would have just snapped off on a truck from Arizona or New Mexico. Plastic would have been all brittle. Carefuling. Careful. Plug wires. Oh, that's neat how that clips on there. You see that right there? That's a hieroglyph and a label all in one, because when I go to put this back together, not only do I know what this part is, I have a map of where it goes on the engine. I'll show you what else is smart. Repurposing the box my TE37s came in for parts. No sense in letting a good box go to waste. That's what he said. Time lapse real quick. Really good shape. Fuel pressure regulator. There's an O-ring on there. Man, this last injector is a real peach to try to get the plug off. Alternator. Whoa, that's a good quality spark plug right there. Parts. Please don't snap. Don't snap. Away. Please don't snap. Oh, started to turn. That one feels all right. That feels like it'll go. Yep, that one's good. A little bit more penetrant on there. Last one, can I get 1 out of 12? That would be great. Yep, that one's easy. So I snapped 1 out of 12. That's not bad. I can live with that. Luckily, most of the parts on the front half of this engine on the accessory drive, I'm gonna end up replacing. I'm gonna put a new alternator on it just because while I'm at it, you know what I mean? This is the original alternator likely. And I put a new water pump on it and new pulleys and tensioners. Alternator, oh, that's heavy. That's really heavy. Oh geez, this is heavy. Oh, it's not heavy, it was just stuck. I'll have to clean this up too. Oh, it's peeing everywhere! That's gross. So you probably noticed that this engine is painted, and in the factory they call it Ford gray. They just spray the block, the valve covers, everything. Most of the engine is all sprayed this color, and it's actually really pretty. It looks like Nardo in person. I don't know how it looks on camera, but I like this color. It'll look good once it's all cleaned up and I respray everything in that Ford gray color. Stuff like this though, I'm gonna powder coat. The brackets will get powder coated and the hardware will zinc, but block and the valve covers will probably just do with engine enamel. This thing's putting in some work. Now it's time to wash this. This morning it was 26 degrees Fahrenheit when I woke up outside. It's in the 40s right now. It's a little bit warmer, the sun feels good, and I need to wash this engine. So there's your spoiler alert for the next car reviews coming up. The Mach-E GT will be on this channel, and I'm gonna do the Tacoma Trail Edition for the Give It the Beans channel. So there you go, car reviews up and coming. Whoa, what do we got here? A little F body, huh? Oh geez, this thing's heavy. Okay, time to prep. Do you have any foil tape?
What?
Do you have any foil tape?
Foil tape? Like aluminum tape?
Yeah.
Ask Brandon.
Lightning.
Nope.
So yesterday I was importing all these clips onto my laptop and I had to throw away more than half of them because my camera, I accidentally set it down on the mic cord and it broke the port in the side of the camera. Luckily I got a backup camera, but what do you have?
I have a camera.
Yes. Da-da-da! Camera fixed. That fast. Tucson camera. What is it? Tucson camera.
Tucson Camera Repair?
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Shout out to Tucson Camera Repair. They literally replaced the sound card in my camera this morning. That's sweet. So they rebuilt the drive shaft and all new. Like, oh, they put the new U-joints in there?
All new double cardan joint, a new boot.
It's all painted?
It's all, yeah, sandblasted and painted. That's what Eric does.
That's rad. Now if only I get my transmission and engine looking that nice. Huh? Yeah. Now I got my other camera back. Do you notice a difference? Probably not. This one shoots 4K 60 FPS. It's full frame too. It's EOS R6. Back and forth and forth and back and forth and forth and something gravel pit. I soaked this thing in PB Blaster overnight, so it should come out. There we go. That boy was deep. That thing is really in there. Intake manifold, I'm gonna put some rags in here. Putting this smooth side facing down, that way no bits of nonsense get inside there. Just being careful I don't shove anything, dirt into it when I'm putting the rag in, because that'd just be dumb. Okay, time to wash it. Oh, jeez. Feel like some warthogs. Look how nasty that is. It's just eating away at all that gross nonsense that's on there. I'm gonna let it sit for a good 60 seconds or so, and then it's time to pressure wash. So that is after one round of the oven cleaner and the pressure washer. See, a lot of the paint is just coming off in a lot of areas. But it's getting there, it's getting cleaner. The Lunar Gray Taco. It's almost the same color as the engine. I'm gonna use this for round 2. I go through this stuff like every 30 days or so because I use it to clean my floors. That actually turned out pretty nice. It looks like trash, but the surfaces are clean now. It's just rusty, so the paint's flaking off. Well, it's cool, it's got a Ford logo. The question is, should I use my soda blaster and blast all the paint that's peeling before I paint it? It makes me nervous taking a soda blaster to the engine. I would obviously have to cover up the coolant stuff and make sure nothing can get in anywhere, but it might even clean up the aluminium parts too if I soda blast it. I have to be really careful around the injectors. I think I need to go to the parts truck and see what stuff I can harvest off of it, especially hardware. Mañana. Thankfully, it's a little bit warmer this morning. It's 50 degrees. It's windy out, but it's sunny, so let's see what parts I can get off this thing. I haven't had a press vehicle in a while that had a key, like an old school key. Oh, weird. I forgot about the roof to the Focus. That's back here. So there's a complete 4-liter right back here I can harvest some parts off of. I said it was windy. There's literally like no wind. I should never become a meteorologist. Okay. This is coming apart nice. Hardware is rusted. I might just keep these bolts and get these re-zinced. Bolts! This is a bolt mission. It's like going to the hardware store, except it doesn't cost $55 for 2 nuts and a bolt. Look at all this stuff. It's fresh. Only a tiny bit of corrosion on it. It's not bad. These valve covers are just as bad as mine, if not worse. Ouch. There we go. Lent numb. Look at all this dirt inside the intake valves. That is disgusting. And there's my junkyard score, except I already bought the truck, so I don't have to pay for the parts. I easily got my money's worth out of this truck. This little tote bag was in the truck, so I filled it full of hardware. I have every last bolt off of that engine other than the head bolts, so I can get these re-zinced and then just swap them all out in my truck. Here is the New Hampshire intake manifold. Here is the New Mexico one off the parts truck. That's gonna look perfect just with some cleaning. I don't have to do anything to it. Since I'm gonna do a trip to the powder coater and zinc coater, these have to come off because I'm getting the brumpers, which means I gotta, oh, that's not gonna be fun. There we go. Bumper is free. That was way easier to remove than I thought it was gonna be. It looked like it was super sketchy, but it's just because it's awkward, the shape of it. It's really long. It's not terribly heavy. And this is why I'm swapping the core support with my parts truck, because this is all nasty and rusted out. So these nasty rotten brackets right here, I have fresh powder coated from the other truck, so I can replace those when I get the bumper back. The back side of the bumper, it's really nasty looking, but like, it still feels solid. These bottom corner bolts right here on either bracket are affixed to the bumper with a nut plate on the back side. Well, the nut plate that goes around the sheet metal of the bumper, it's snapped at the C point on the back side, so it's just spinning freely when you try to loosen it. It sucks ass. Well, this is off. I had the boys next door at the air chisel bust those off, so now I can take it off. Lower splash balance off. And I'm not gonna put this one back on because I bought the one with the fog lights, the optional fog light piece. Oh, that is disgusting. Plate bracket off. That all came out of the backside of that bumper cover. All of that rust. That is terrible. I just gotta get this little bump strip out of the chrome without damaging it, because that's probably unobtainium. There's no way I'm gonna get another one of those in good condition, and this one's in really good shape. So I gotta squeeze these little tabs. They squeeze and then just gently pry the strip out of it. Fine. These are kind of big, but these are only smooth jaw pliers I have, and I don't want to crush the plastic with something that has a serrated mouth to it. So there you go. There's that one. Hell yeah, that's ready to go to the re-chromer now. Everything is removed off of it so it can be sandblasted and restored. So the only spot on anything that's painted Calypso green metallic that you can see from the outside that had visible rust on it was the bottom bed corners. There is no longer any rust whatsoever because this is new metal. Fred's been hard at work the entire week trying to get a perfect color match for the Calypso green metallic, and he fucking nailed it today. So they did a video over there on the restoration process of cutting out that rust and putting in new metal in its place. There's a link down below or up above or somewhere around my face that will take you to that video if you want to see Fred's bodywork, and there'll be another video coming on it when he does the color match and blend. Before I do anything else though, I gotta go in Rock Auto and order a bunch of gaskets and just wear and tear items while I have the engine out and apart, so I can clean it all up, paint it, and reassemble it. So that's what's coming next on the Ranger. Aside from the transmission and transfer case that I need to somehow restore the finish, the casing on that, the correct way to do it is either vapor or dry ice blasting, and I've reached out to countless companies now and I cannot find anyone that's willing to work with me. Looked into the option of renting them, which there's no one locally that I can do that from, and just renting one alone costs more than buying a brand new transmission and transfer case for that truck. So renting isn't really an option either. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. If you guys have suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below, because I wanna do this correctly. I don't wanna cut corners or half-ass it, and I'm kind of at work stoppage on that stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon with another. Bye.